I want to take you back to when you were growing up. As people might suspect, he was a bit of a jokester.
Oh, man.
Even back then. And when you would get in trouble at school, is it true you'd come to school the next day in a three-piece suit and shiny dress shoes?
So I'll tell you this, all right? Honest to God, the type of jokester I was never disrespectful, right? I just wanted attention. And attention, whether it was a girl in my class, whether it was homeboys, I would just do something, stand up, put my pants up extremely high, walk around, like that type of fun. Now, when I see nowadays these kids, I wouldn't even touch it. I was a Yale student compared to these kids. Right. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, my mom, she threatened me. She said, son, I'm not gonna keep, putting you on punishment because that's not sinking in. You know what? My father's a preacher. So he said, you know what, next time that teacher calls me and say that she's having problems with you sitting down in class, you're gonna wear your church clothes to school. And you can do some things. You can do some things to your mom that you can't do with your dad. Like, oh, mama, come on. Come on, all right. And then as soon as dad come on, I was like, yes, sir. Yeah. It was really Blake's fault, but, Pop comes home, he's tired. He said, yeah, Slim, that's my mom's nickname. Slim, yeah, go on and take care of him. He said, all right, don't worry about it. I'm about to iron your clothes for the first day. For the whole week, you're wearing church clothes. And that's what I was, down to the top, to the bottom. I mean, I had the socks to the pink shoes, pink bow tie. None of it fit, but I was still just, oh man, wearing my I wore out of clothes. I was wearing my brother's stuff. I was in there. Couldn't tell me nothing, but still I found a way to be lighthearted in school. So
you mentioned your dad, a preacher. He also made it to the NFL.
Yes,
you have an older brother who played briefly, in the NFL. So football at an early age was something I know that was important in your life. Is it true, 8 years old, I think you're 4'8", nearly 100 pounds already. But explain why sometimes you wouldn't eat for an entire day before the game.
Now, how are you getting this information?
We got our crack investigators.
God, this is CIA right here, but
the show is called In Depth. So
In Depth, all caps, exclamation points too, right? But growing up, I played at North Clayton Park, which is now Flash Shows in Atlanta, Georgia. When I was at North Clayton, I played in a conference where you didn't go by age; it was by weight. And I've always been the youngest, but the biggest player on my team. And I was always the player where, the coach from the opposing team would stand and watch us. All right, step up. All right, 60 pounds. All right, good. All right, step up. 70 pounds. How old you say this boy was? I was that kid. So I would always, right after school, will go walk around the neighborhood and even run with the trash bag on, trying to drain just so I could play. I've always had.
Because if you were over certain weight,
if I was
you wouldn't
overweight,
be able to play.
I've numerous times where I could not play due to the fact I was not the proper weight. But I would do everything from eating a laxative to trying to listen. Football is life, right? I slept it, and even times, my father would tell you, I went to sleep dressed to the T and ready for my football game the next day. I mean, I had the cleats on, tied up, socks. I didn't have my helmet on. I probably would have had a nightmare, but shoulder pads, everything tucked in and ready, and just sleep just like that. Pop wakes up, boy, what in the world? Pop, I'm ready to go. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I mean, I was born to play.
For more clips from this interview, visit GrahamBensinger.com.